welcome back to my YouTube channel, and on today's episode I'll be sharing with you likely questions that you can be asked at the point of entry. Yes, so I'll be talking about the two parts, the visiting and for students. I'll be talking about the visiting because I went for visiting, and for students, these are the information I got from my friend that came to study here in Canada. So for the visiting, when we got to Canada, I told you about, if you watch my last video, you see where I explained that there was like a bus that took us from where the plane dropped us to the main airport, and from there you just be directed upstairs and you'll be directed to go and do your declaration. And this declaration is just a computer system that will ask different questions and you have to answer. It's going to like scan your face and scan your passport also. So like in this declaration, the question that you are likely to ask, that you are going to see there, is just like, do you do drugs? Like, when will you be leaving Canada? Who are you going to stay in Canada? And do you bring meat? Do you bring fish? All those kind of questions. Like, what kind of food stuff do you have? So there'll be option. You're just meant to like pick it. And or if you have like if your mom is coming, and or like an adult that is coming and they cannot operate a computer system, just tell them that they should like talk to the security, tell them that they can't operate computer. Then they are going to like direct them to their office where they will ask them those questions and give them a slip for them to take to the CBSA officer, which is the Canada Border Service Agency. Yes, so like from when you are done answering those questions, the system is going to scan your passport and your face, and it's going to like bring out a printout where you are going to submit when you get to the CBSA. And from there, the officer that they are going to direct you to the next stage. So you probably be on the queue, and when it's your turn, they're going to direct you to the next person that is meant to attend to you. First of all, one thing you need to know is you have to be very calm, like very, very calm. Just be calm. Make sure that you understand the question before you answer. So when I got to the CBSA officer, it was a woman that attended to me. So she was like, how are you? I'm fine. She was like what is the purpose of coming to Canada? I told her that I came for a visit. I came to visit my sister. She was like, what's the address of where my sister is staying? I told her. But note, before she started asking me this question, she already collected my passport, my tickets. So like I could never like check or anything. So you have to know the address of where you are going to ask. Know the address before you get it. Not the one that when they ask you, you'll be checking your phone. No, don't do that. Know the address of where you are going to. She asked me for the address. I told her. She was like, when am I going to, like, for how long am I going to stay in Canada? I told her the amount of time and the period I'll be staying in Canada. Then she asked me that, do I have a returning ticket? I told her. She was like, do I have it with me? Then I told her it's part of the document that she already collected. Then she checked it. She asked me for my name. I told her she already have my document and she still asked me for my name. So you have to like be calm so that you not say rubbish. I told her my name. What other question did she ask me? She was like, what are the content of my foodstuff? So I just told her that I had beans, I had curry. She was like, you don't have fish? I said, I don't have fish. So like meat, all those kind of stuff. She now told me that because they don't accept meat here in Canada, anything meat or more. She was actually really. She was like, you don't have there's one particular one that they normally bring. She was trying to like get those out of me, but I was like, I don't bring anyone like that. She was like, okay. Then she gave me a slip and told me my gate where I'm going to like get my load, and she directed me. So I went to get my load. From there I passed through the immigration, and the bag that I was carrying, I carried a box and a Ghana must go. So when I got to the immigration part, they collected the slip from me and they were like, what's the content of my food stuff. Then I told them rice, carry. They were like, in this bag. I told them yes. Then she was like, okay. They're like, okay. Now they directed me to their office side that she could. At that point, I was like, God, I beg you. I just got there, and the guy that was attending to me was like, because of the bag you're carrying, we would like to check and all to confirm, because here in Canada we don't accept anything meat and all. I was like, okay. Then he checked and I was like, okay, you can go. Then I went. I was so happy, and I went to meet my sister, and that was it for visiting. So for students, international students, if you're coming to study in Canada and you want to collect your student permit, so when we got there, because I met two people that were traveling, that were coming to Canada to study, a guy and a lady. So they directed them to the line, and they were on the line. From there, they also went to do declaration. So in the declaration, just the same thing about drugs and all the food stuff, the content of your food stuff and things like that. They also got a slip, and from there they'll be directed to their own CBSA officer. And the guy just told me that when he got to the person that was attending to him, the man was like, what's the name of his school? And he told them. They asked him what's his name. He told them, and they gave him his study permit. Like, so easy. When he told me, I was like, you're so lucky. Yes, it was lucky. But for the girl, it was a different case. Please, if I'm looking down, just know I'm trying to check all the things she told me, so I won't forget or leave anyone out. So when she got to the officer that was attending to her, he asked her for her name, he asked her for her passport, he asked her for her introductory letter, then he asked her for a declaration receipt. If you're traveling, you know this document I'm talking about. He asked her for a declaration receipt. Then he asked her what's her name. She told him her name. He asked her where is she going to in Canada. She told him where she was going to in Canada. He asked her what's the name of her school. She said it. He asked her what's the name of the course that she's going to study. She told him. He also asked her what is the duration of her course. She told him. Then he asked her after when she's done with her course, what's her plan? Is she planning to stay in Canada, or she's going to be living? Then she told him that she's planning to apply for a postgraduate course to be able to study more in Canada, so it will help her when she go back to her country. I was like, wow, that's nice. That's smart. She was like, yeah, that was the way she answered him. And sorry, it was she should spell her name. That was when I was like, right. And that if she can't spell her name, that means she's not the owner of the passport. I was like, wow, okay. And okay, he asked her for a resumption date, that why is she coming early to Canada. Then she told him that she came to Canada early so that she'll be able to know her way around the school and get an accommodation for herself and all. Then I was like, okay, that's fine. Then he gave her a student permit. That was the question he asked her. So first thing you need to know is that you have to be confident with yourself and make sure that all the document you submitted is the same. There's no one contradicting each other. Everything is perfect, and whatever you are going to be saying, it will not be contradicting what you have in your documents, in your file, because they already have it. And one thing that she even said that blew my mind was, she said that when she told him that she was going to meet her brother, and it was like, what's the name of her brother? She told him the address of her brother. She told him that immediately he told her the course that her brother was doing, and he also told her that it is the same school that her and her brother that they were going to. She told him yes, and they even asked her to spell her brother's name for him to know if they are family or not after seeing surname. So things about these things, first, please pray to your creator, pray to Almighty God to help you. When you get there, don't panic. Make sure that you have, even if you have an agent that is doing it for you, make sure that as the agent is asking for any document or is doing anything, make sure you have your own copy, so that when they ask you for any documents, you know it. Learn these things before like you even get to the airport. If you are somebody that like gets scared or something like that, before you come down from the plane, you can go to the toilet, pray to God, ease yourself, calm your body, go back, be calm before you get down. So by the time you get to the airport and they're asking you a question, you be a little bit calm. Don't talk too much. If they ask you that how old are you, say your age. Don't say I will be. You don't have to do that. Don't give them story. They don't want story. Just answer yes or no. Give them a straightforward answer. That's what I noticed. What again? Just be calm. Be calm. Know the address of where you are going to. Know the name of your school. If you can't, if the school is hard, try to learn how to pronounce it. Put it on Google Voice where people pronounce it, so that you know the right way to pronounce it. Know the address of where you are going to stay. If you don't have an accommodation, or if you are just going to be staying in an Airbnb or an hotel, before you get there, have like an evidence of it in case they ask, because they want to know. And they can also ask for like your proof of fund. Make sure you have it. But again, I feel like that's just the question. And make sure you do a lot of research before traveling. Even me, as I was traveling, as I was just going for visiting, I make sure I made a lot of research before traveling. Even if there were not much, it was as if people were not going to visit Canada. I don't understand, but I still saw some things that I can still helped me to be able to like have a little bit confidence in myself for traveling and all. So I hope this video helped you, and if it did, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, share to your family members. I'll be traveling to Canada. I love you guys. See you guys on my next episode.